About 2 months ago, I started training with some MMA classes. This is something that I've been wanting to do for the longest time because growing up I was a big fan of Bruce Lee. But as I started doing them with my trainer, I realized a lot of different life lessons that apply not just to martial arts, but also in business and in life in general. Pursuing a discipline such as martial arts, you're obviously going to learn things like discipline. But in addition to that, there's so many things that come up while doing martial arts that come up in your everyday life as well. There's a popular saying out there that says, how you do one thing is how you do everything. And this definitely applied to me while doing martial arts. In fact, my trainer pointed out a few mistakes I was making while doing martial arts, such as overthinking things, such as going too much into the theory of things and not doing the practice. And the third thing was giving up too easily. When something gets tough, you just give up, or you say, I need a break, I'll do it later. But when you observe your actual life, you'll see that you also do these things in your actual life. You procrastinate, you give up when things get hard, you don't push past the pain. And also we tend to go too much into the theory of things and try to figure everything out before doing it. Such that if somebody told me to do a kick, I'm going to go into the theory, I'm going to read a bunch of books on it, see, okay, I'm going to place my leg here, then I'm going to kick like that, instead of just doing the kick and practicing the kick until it gets better. And I'm also coming back to my roots because as some of you may have known, my channel used to be focused more on fitness, and while I'm sitting here in the gym, I realized that everything in life is similar to fitness. You just have to put in the work over time, you have to do the reps, and just like how you have to put in the work to build muscle, you have to put in the work if you want to build anything significant in your life. And the same way as I lost about 45 to 50 kilos of my own body weight, I used to weigh about 130 kilos and right now I'm about 80 kilos. I know the kind of work that it takes, the kind of dedication, the kind of discipline and the consistency that it takes. So I'm basically, after I got done with my fitness journey, I thought, hey, where else can I apply this discipline towards? So right now I'm using the same discipline, I'm still working out, I'm maintaining my body, but I'm also using the same mindset to build my business, which is consistency over time, staying motivated, staying disciplined, and putting in the work even when you don't feel like it. Even when the reps get hard, you want to push through the pain so that the reps that you put in while most people would give up is what is actually going to make your muscles grow. So how fitness has helped me in my personal journey, and more specifically how martial arts has helped me in my personal journey, is not just the physical element of it. Of course, the training is really hard. In fact, I've been working out for more than 15 years now in the gym. I've competed in powerlifting, I've lost a bunch of weight, but by far when it comes to training, this kind of training is the hardest training that I've ever done. Also, it takes a lot of mental awareness, not just with your own body, but also mental awareness with your emotions. Because if you're trying to, let's say you get into a fight or something, you can't just react out of anger. You have to be very aware of your emotions, because if you're trying to make decisions out of anger, it's just not going to be a good decision. The other thing is, learning MMA teaches you more of a fighter mentality, which I certainly was lacking. Because anytime I was faced with a little bit of confrontation, my tendency was to run away instead of stay there and fight. And a confrontation doesn't mean it's a physical fight every time. Well, fighting and MMA specifically teaches you how to be confrontational, and this does not mean that you go and attack people, but if somebody is overstepping your boundaries, let's say somebody is coming to you in a street fight, you know not to back down. And if you're capable, it gives you a lot of confidence that if you know you have trained for it, you're ready for it, then you know that chances are the other person is not ready for it, and if something were to happen physically even, you can handle it.
But it ain't about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Now, when I first started my very first session, I was like so out of shape for this specific sport. Yeah, I was lifting weights, but my body was so stiff. I mean, I couldn't even bend down and touch my toes. I was that inflexible. So MMA has taught me a lot of things, such as building up that mental toughness, and also it shows me how going past the pain actually is what it takes to get the results. Where most people will give up at a certain point, but this teaches you how to go beyond a certain point. However, the reason why I'm a fan of this mixed martial arts is that it combines the best of all worlds and it's more applicable to real life and not just techniques and following one way of doing things, which I'm a big fan of. Because as Bruce Lee said,
to express myself honestly, that, my friend, is very hard to do, and you have to train. You have to keep your reflexes so that when you want it, it's there. When you want to move, you're moving. And when you move, you are determined to move. Not taking 1 inch, not anything less than that. If I want to punch, I'm gonna do it, man, and I'm gonna do it, you see. So so that is the type of thing you have to train yourself into it, to become one with the, you think.
Absorb what is useful, discard what is not, and add what is uniquely your own. So I hope you take this video and you got some inspiration, but I would highly recommend that you try out a physical discipline such as martial arts, which will teach you how to fight, not just in actual fighting situations, but in life. It's going to teach you the discipline that it takes, it's going to teach you how to go past the pain, and it's going to teach you not to go too much into theory and learning techniques, but also how you can be mentally aware of the situation and to have the confidence to be able to tackle any situation that comes at you. Basically, when life throws punches at you, which it will, you know how to block them, you know how to anticipate them, and you know how to counter punch.